Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. With the Euros fast approaching, today I thought I'd have a look through all of the 24 countries and pick out one key player from each squad who I think will be crucial to the success of his nation. So here is part one of my choices. Before I get into it, this video is brought to you by Kitbag, who are the worldwide leader for official football kits. And here is their Euro 2020 range. You can actually shop on the link in the description below. Just use the code BALLER and you'll get 20% off. Right, remember to subscribe to my channel for more football content, and without further ado, let's get into the video. First up, Italy. Now the player I'm going for is Nicolo Barella. This season for Inter Milan, Barella has become one of their key players, and at such a young age as well. He's just 24 years old and he started, 32 games for them, and he ended the season with 7 assists and 3 goals. And of course, he had a valuable role in a Serie A title-winning team. From what I've seen of him, he seems to have the ability to play any pass, and his passing accuracy is almost 85%. In my opinion, if Italy are to be successful in any way, Barella will have to be in that midfield, and I really do think he's actually the best Italian midfielder at the moment, so I have to go for him. Moving on to Switzerland, I'm going to choose Xherdan Shaqiri. By the way, I pronounced his name Shaqiri for the longest time, and actually UEFA released a full phonetical list of player names, and from that list I learned that, yeah, it's Shaqiri and it's not Shaqiri. Fun fact of the day. Anyways, so the reason I've gone for him, obviously he doesn't really get a lot of game time currently with Liverpool, but for his country, he's a very important player. So in their World Cup qualifying campaign, he has the joint highest goals and assists, and he's also created the most big chances, and I just feel he looks like he's back on track to his old self, and he'll be Switzerland's key man this summer. Next up, Turkey. I'm going to go for Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Now, Turkey have had a very good World Cup qualifying campaign in the run-up to the Euros, and Çalhanoğlu, he's been right at the heart of it. His stats, they say it all really. 3 assists, 2 goals, 2 key passes and 3 long balls per game. He's involved in everything attacking wise, and he's a true playmaker at AC Milan. He's somewhat of a dead ball specialist too, so we're going to have to watch out for his free kicks. Right, let's move on to Wales. I have to choose Gareth Bale. I think this is quite an obvious one. I mean, Bale has been the talisman for his country in the last couple of years, and I don't expect it to change this summer. His season for Spurs, it's been an interesting one. It's been a bit topsy-turvy, but I think he has found some form at the closing stage of the season, and I really regretted not having him in my fantasy Premier League team for that match against Sheffield United. I mean, that hat-trick, it just showed that he's still incredibly hungry to influence a game and get on the score sheet. I'm sure he'll be the one to watch for Wales. Right, next up we have Belgium, and of course it's going to be Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, one of the best midfielders in world football. De Bruyne this season for Man City, he's got 11 assists, and it's not as much as last season, but it's still incredibly impressive. And no doubt there is a plethora of talent in that Belgian squad. Lukaku, Hazard, Yuri Tielemans, who scored an absolute worldie in that FA Cup final for Leicester. I think actually that goal is probably one of the most iconic goals in FA Cup history. So yeah, Belgium, they're certainly well stocked, but if I'm choosing one key player for the team, it has to be Kevin De Bruyne. If he performs well, then Belgium will do well. It's as simple as that. Let's talk about Denmark. Now, I'm going for Pierre-Emil Højbjerg, and I feel he's been one of the standout players in a pretty average Spurs team this season. He was signed from Southampton, I believe, for around 17 million euro, and he seems to have just solidified that Spurs midfield whilst adding a bit of creativity as well. I did check his stats, and per game he makes 1.3 interceptions and 2.6 tackles, which I guess shows his activity in his defensive third. But when you add 4 assists into the mix, this shows quite a well-rounded midfielder, and if you add Eriksen next to him, in my opinion, Denmark have one hell of a midfield. Next up, Finland, and I'm going to go for Teemu Pukki. He's had a formidable campaign for Norwich this championship winning season. He's actually come away as the 3rd highest goal scorer in the championship with 26 goals in 41 games, and entering the Euros on that kind of form, it does excite me. I actually loved watching him play at the start of the last Premier League season for Norwich. It's actually going to be interesting to have them back newly promoted. But as for Pukki in the Euros, he has 30 goals for his country, and that puts him only 2 behind their all-time top scorer, Jari Litmanen. If Finland get past the group stages, you can definitely imagine Pukki scoring the goals and breaking that record for sure. So I'm going to keep an eye out for him. Now let's move on to Russia. I'm going for Artem Dzyuba, and he finished as the top scorer in the Premier Liga, which is the Russian first division, and he managed 20 goals in 30 games for Zenit, and he also won the league. And in the 2018 World Cup, Dzyuba also enjoyed a pretty decent campaign. He scored 3 goals, he made 2 assists, as Russia lost to Croatia in the quarterfinals. And I kind of expect Russia to be a dark horse this year and Dzyuba to be at the forefront of it. So yeah, I'm going for him. Let's move on to Austria, and I think a key player for them will be David Alaba. I feel he really is one of the best centre-backs in the world, and him and Boateng, they formed a deadly partnership last year when Bayern won the treble. Alaba, he's pretty versatile. He can play in a number of positions: left back, centre defensive mid. I think his versatility, it will really be needed. I do feel that Austria lack quality in some areas, but he can definitely plug the gap and give them a pretty decent chance of going far. Right, now for the Netherlands. A key player for them, I expect, will be Memphis Depay, and he's actually been linked with a move to Barcelona recently. I shouldn't be surprised really. I mean, he has been in outstanding form this season for Lyon, and he's undoubtedly one of the best players in Ligue 1. This season, he made the most assists in the entire league, and he managed 20 goals, which put him behind only a generational Kylian Mbappe. Depay has also actually demonstrated the ability to come through in the clutch for the Netherlands, and recently he scored the equaliser when they were playing Poland, and he helps them to go on and win the game. So without him, I do feel the Dutch attack isn't quite up to scratch, so I do expect some big performances from him. Right, that's it for part 1. Gonna leave it there. Those are the key players I feel will be of paramount importance representing their country in the Euros. So do subscribe for part 2, which I'll release in a few days. Do hit the like button if you enjoyed watching. Remember, this video was brought to you by Kitbag, who are the worldwide leader for official football kits. Here on screen you can see their Euro 2020 range, and you can shop on the link in the description box below. If you use the code BALLER, you'll get 20% off. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!